Hey guys, welcome back to Shop My Stash. So for this month, I'm very excited for this month. I have some new palettes to play around with, new blushes, new bronzers, even new powders. I use pretty much almost every product for my lips. Let's see, what do I have? I have my two project pans. And I had some like corally shades in here. Doing these Muru butter lip balm things. I'm not sure. I have Mauve into Brazil and Brazilian Nut. I really enjoy these. However, I'm going to throw away Mauve to Brazil. Just the smell on it compared to Brazilian Nut, it's a little funky, and the way it tastes, like, you know, you can taste your lip products sometimes. It tastes very chemically, so I feel like it's turned. And I haven't had it for more than a year. It's only come out, it's been a year since they came out, but tossing that one. And then for this month, I'm going to take out every single lip product. I'm not going to do one lip product except my project pan. I'm going to give myself the liberty of choosing what I want to wear for whatever look I'm going to be doing that day. Let's move on to eyeshadow palettes that I had for last month. I had pretty much this one right here just as a backup for anything. I didn't really use it, so yeah. Definitely got plenty of use out of my Sweet Talk palette, and you know how I changed that up. I am obsessed with anything mauve, obsessed with it, and I really enjoyed using the honey one. Although I really did realize that I don't like yellow that much on my eyes. Maybe as an accent color, but yellow, not so much. I love this e.l.f. What is it? Rose Water palette. So beautiful. It's like you're honestly like your mini mauve palette. Great. It's a great palette. Great formula. Let's see. I used the Emily Wants palette. I didn't use it as much as I wanted to, but I definitely got more use out of it than I did last month. I used that one. I, rediscovered favorites in the palette, so I'm glad I kept it in there. And then, let's see. This one, I couldn't put this one down either. So I'm starting to see the favorites among my palettes. So I had my single shadows in my last Shop My Stash. I'm going to keep it there for a while. At least for this month, the shades for this month. And I'm really going to try to get into this bottom row and this middle row. But I just want it there as a backup for other colors that I might not include. Palettes for this month are going to be, let me show you, the Flutter By palette, another mauve palette. I can't get enough of mauves, you guys. The I Like You A Lot. The Blush Crush palette in Rustic Glam from Dominique Cosmetics. Got those nice different blue tones, those greens I really want to get use out of. Very unique green. And then just some neutral shades in here in case I want a neutral look. And yeah. Okay, so basically I'm going to have 3 new palettes during this rotation. And it's the I Like You A Lot palette, this new Cor de Rosa palette. Look how beautiful. I'm looking forward to doing a look with this palette. Maybe Get Ready with Me or something. Put that in here. And then I just got this baby in the mail. It's the new Natasha Denona Mini Retro palette. Look how pretty. Brand new. And I'm going to also be putting that one in there. Okay, so that's what my palettes look like for this month. Let's move on to everything else, or single shadows actually. So my single shadows in here are pretty much going to stay the same right here. The only thing that I'm going to take out is this Natasha Denona top coat one and this ColourPop one right here, and the shade is Babe, and then the Natasha Denona, it just says lavender. Okay, so I'm going to keep these two, the Mercy Bouquet ones that came with that other collection taking out this BH Cosmetics liquid eyeshadow. I'm going to leave the rest in. But this nice green tone, it's called Scales, another Kathleen ColourPop pigment. Right there. And I'm also going to put Bouquet, the Jelly Munch eyeshadow. And that will cover my single eyeshadows for May. A nice little variety of them. So for my primers, I had Natasha Silk Canvas. I have these two as my project pan. The glass mineral veil, and then the Smashbox photo finish. Those are gonna stay in here. And then, you know, I added Tarte Shape Tape to my project pan. I'm gonna be taking out this one for my foundations, powders. I'm gonna be taking out the powder, Thrive Cosmetics CC cream. I need to be putting these in boxes, makes it easier for me. Leaving the Kat Von D powder, project pan. Taking out the Pro Blend primer. This is also project pan. And then these two samples that I had. I don't have anything to report. Any updates had been on my project pan. That's why you don't see any my other foundation. Again, I need to clean. Oh, the only thing is I didn't use this one. I did not use this Milani Make It Last Matte setting spray. It's because it has not been as warm as it usually is in April where I live. And I've not really been oily, and just wearing a mask really has dried out certain areas around my mouth. So I don't want to add anything necessarily matte too much, except during the summer. But yeah, anyways, moving on. For blushes, I had the Alamar Cosmetics bronzer palette. Taking that out. Taking out the Truth one that I was using, the True Super Shock that I was using as a highlighter. The two Persona blushes. Guys, I cannot wait to do a review on these. I'm so excited. Let's see, this ColourPop one too. It was Under Pressure. Burnt Cinnamon, or no, just Cinnamon. Taking that out now. Hourglass Diffused Heat. Taking this one out too. And then this e.l.f. Moonlights. What is it? Moonlights baked eyeshadow that I use as a highlight. Taking that one out. Okay, and then taking out this palette. Also the Smashbox palette, the Cali Contour. I'm gonna leave in here are my two project pan items, which is the Pure Nude Essence highlighter, and then this Laura Geller highlighter called in the shade Peach Glow. I love it for my coral looks, and it's not as peachy as you think it is, but I really want to keep that in there. I want to get a little bit more use out of it. So I have those two. Okay, and then also this blush, my project pan blush. I'm planning to keep this not as a project pan, but just as a item that I want to permanently keep in here, just because it is a cream bronzer and I want to get as much use out of it as I can. The other cream bronzer that I had, it honestly went bad. Like, I did not feel comfortable the way it smelled for me to continue using it. So I'm just gonna leave this one in here to make sure that I always get use out of it. So it will always be in here, just because I don't want it to go bad. And if I feel different, I might just like rotate it next rotation, but I'm definitely gonna leave it in there for the month of May. All right, so let's get started on the rest of my stash. All right, let's go into foundations. With foundations that I'm going to keep in the new one. Okay, this is the new foundation, not the old one, just FYI. Okay, so for this rotation, I'm going to keep the same spray. I'm not going to add in, oh, actually, lie. I'm going to add this little sample that I have from Cover FX. It's the High Performance Setting Spray. Just gonna add that one to my little stash. And I'm going to add this sample of the Bite foundation that I have. I do have my actual Bite foundation, but I want to finish the sample. Try not to be wasteful. And I also want to add the Pretty Fresh foundation. Pretty Fresh Tinted Moisturizer. And then I have my project pan, so I should be good. Primers, I wanted to also add the Pretty Fresh primer. Like I said, my skin's kind of been dry lately around my mouth, so adding that one. I wanna, actually, you know what? I'm gonna throw this one in. The e.l.f. Poreless, oh, I'm gonna throw in the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. I'm gonna throw that one in too. And that's it. That's gonna be it for my primers. So for concealer, I'm going to add, I have the Tarte Shape Tape, so I want to add something a little bit more moisturizing. And for my concealer, I'm going to be pulling out the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Concealer. I just want to use up what I have, and I'm just going to showcase any non-cruelty free product in my Shop My Stash, because it is part of my stash, but not in look videos. And also I'm going to be pulling the ColourPop of No Filter Concealer in the shade Light 18. So those will be my concealers along with my Project Pan one. Powders, the Thrive Cosmetics Filtered Effects Powder. And I also have my Project Pan Kat Von D one. So if I finish the Project Pan before the end of the month, I'll pull in another powder. But I'm just going to concentrate on using these two powders. My highlighter, I'm going to pull in a highlighter palette. Yeah, let's do that. Let's pull in this one. That way I just have a little bit of anything that I need. Okay, so I'm going to be pulling the Flower Beauty, the first highlighting powder. And that's what it looks like. There you go. Alright, oh, my bad. Okay, and then bronzer. I have 3 new bronzers. Yeah, 3 new bronzers. And I have just the Milk Makeup one. So I'm going to pull in a new bronzer. Actually, I want to pull in 2 new bronzers. I'm going to pull in this Cover FX bronzer, which I should have taken out. I'm going to pull this bronzer in, the Sunkissed bronzer, and I'm going to be pulling in, I just want to try these out. I haven't had a chance to try these out, and I need to review them. The Ofra one. The new Ofra one. Wait. The River bronzer with a collaboration with Samantha March. I'm pulling those 2 in. For blush. Okay, so I want a mauve tone one, coral one, a neutral one, and that should be enough. So for blushes, I decided to pick out 4 blushes. I'm going to do the Flower Blush Balm in the shade Pinch. The new blushes, 2 blushes that I got that are new. The Buxom Dolly blush, and then also the Jouer Darling Bouquet. I really want to see if this is going to work for me, because they're kind of light colors, but if I have very intense eye colors, eyeshadow look, I want to see if these will work for that. So I'm putting that one in, and I'm also going to put this very bright color that actually kind of reminds me of that new Natasha Denona one that just came out. Like, look at that. Do you see that? I feel like it could be very similar, so hold on, let it focus. I hope you guys can see that. I feel like it could be very similar to that, so I'm going to pull that in. And I didn't buy that one, and then I realized I have that one, this one, Snapdragon, that looks very similar to that. So yeah, so this completes this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I tried to go as quickly as I could through it. As per usual, my blush drawer is probably the hardest, that and lips, but as you know, I didn't do lips this time around. But yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye bye.